Right, lads and lasses, back again. Mouth is a bit croaky, throat's a bit dry. Put a lot of work in over the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Bloody hell, absolutely tired, properly. But I think it's important that we do like a roundup of what happened while we were alive, obviously, because we did the watch along with the King's Coronation. Also, what happened when the live stream got pulled and it wasn't available for a while, then it came back, and also a bit about Elon Musk dancing boot with the Fash. We'll do a bit on that as well. Obviously, we haven't announced this, so let me know if you're about in the comments, and if you could share the stream as well, that would be appreciated, just to let people know we're going live. That'll be good. I see people are joining the stream. My legs are knackered. Just been in training. Bear with us. It'll be a nice informal one today. Who's popping up in the comments? Leon's about. I'll bring that up. I've got to speak about this. Leon, I did actually go and look at your picture, right? And honestly, it was like I'd just been getting live streamed by Leslie Grantham. Do you want us to actually talk about it? Morning, Zoe. You all right? In a totally unconnected popping up, right? You probably want us to know, but it apparently the first ever Cow Daily one-night stands occurred. And I don't know, are you in a relationship? Is it a one-night stand? There was no caption. I'm confused. Tell me more. Tell me more. First Cow Daily relationship. I feel like silver black chalk. Oh, it's lovely. All right, Ian, you've just walked into what I can only describe as just filth, disgusting over the King's Day. Terrible. Sexual relations over the King's Day. I swear to God, these two send us a picture of the arms around each other, tops off and that. Only from here and above, but I'm just like, dude, man. It's like watch my brother and my sister. Fuck, you know what I mean? Come on. Oh man, it's 2 minutes 18. See what you made us do. Oh my God. Yeah, you want to laugh as well, so yeah. Look at this one styling it out. Hello, lovely people. It's not even doing the thing. I just like to apologise to our YouTube overlords for the F word there. It's these two horrible flippants. Morning. Hope you've had a good weekend as well. There's more people on the nest. Not with the seagulls, like, but you know, just everybody's at it right now. It seems it's spring has truly sprung. Zoe's about Zoe. Fucking hell. I just cannot get that image of you two, like, all right, you did this. I wouldn't have met without this. You, nice one. I'm not gonna come round and like bring you a brew and stuff, you know what I mean? Shag on. Don't send me pictures from here or none. Give me warning. I had a reasonably decent night's sleep last night and it's really knocked us off. Anyway, morning, Susie. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Kevin's in. Nice to see you, pal. Morning. Man, that was a class one, that, like, love out like this. She's laughing as well. Ye now, and yeah, fish and chip of Street. Did you get some chops? Did Big Gaz come and see you? Big Harry, cool. I cannot believe people are sending me this stuff, but I think it's mint too. Get amongst it. Getting amongst it. At the end of the day, it's free. There's not many things that are. Get into it. Get into each other. Shag each other. Do the things. All the things your little hearts can desire. But anyway, we're here to talk about serious matters, like censorship, protest, and how it's been stifled by fascism and shagging. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm very throaty. I've got a proper Clerks, Kevin Smith film vibe. I wasn't supposed to be here today, but like, obviously it's meant to be a day off. But I'm going to bump that over to tomorrow. Because I think we need a historical record in one place, and obviously where Angels Fear to Tread and all that in it. So, fuck your censorship. Yeah, I've just done it again. 4:40. I think there should be YouTube exemptions if it's a day off and you all that. Apparently, Lausanne saw some shags and cormorants. Nice. You totally had a three-way at the Farne Islands, yeah? You totally had a three-way. Right. An old friend has arrived. Who is this old friend? what would you call it again? Is it Indigo Rumbelow or Rumbelow Indigo? I feel like it should be Rumbelow Indigo. That's like phonetically better. Whatever it is, I think you should just stop hating. Personally, leave her alone. Right, and I need to share this. This is how off the rails we are today. Unleashed. You've seen people do that, like call their show Unleashed, and it's far from unleashed. We've never been on a leash, man. Right. What's happening? Filmed by Rich Felgate. Check this out.
Okay, for the meantime, it's 9:50. I'm arresting you for
arrest. Okay, for
You're arresting a journalist.
okay.
Can we just? I'm not saying that's not wrong, but let's just
Double check that.
briefly
Yeah,
run
yeah,
this process.
Yeah.
that's what they're suggesting, anyways.
Holding a banner and
Nothing
I'm
says
being
in my
arrested
expression
for my
I don't
actions.
call anything
I am
you say
simply
because-
holding a banner in Westminster and I'm being arrested for my actions. There's a journalist with a press pass next to me who is being arrested for his actions.
Abby's like going Indigo.
At this time, okay, you can put that away, please, sir. Put it away.
Not having it, are they? Not having it at all. So basically, the background to this one is that registered journalist. So yeah, Rich Felgate saying yesterday got arrested while filming a Just Stop Oil supporter Indigo, holding a banner on the pavement near the Coronation route. I'm a filmmaker and had my Bec 2 press accreditation visible around my neck. Police deem this to be conspiracy to commit a public nuisance. So arrested journalists now, is it? Wonderful. And I mean, always, as I say, nice to see Indigo pop up. I mean, I think people need to stop hating because, like, she's just relentlessly at this, at the old Just Stop Oil coalface. And I, for one, have all the respect in the world for her. Fantastic. She's out there doing the things. Right, we'll move on because we've got quite a few to go through, but let's get them on one place. We might throw to Paghead 3.5 hours. My back's not liking it either, but you know, we're doing it for the team. We're doing what's right. What's being said here. So this is Saul Staniforth, who at Saul Staniforth on Twitter, really good. So activist Peter Tatchell was on the telly this morning. Peter Tatchell, the 6 key organisers were arrested for possessing placards. They were detained without charge for 16 hours. There's no justification or excuse for that type of behaviour. But here's Ed Ball's centre-right absolute rat bag. It can't be the case Peter's right about that. There must have been intelligence. Is that right? Is it? Let's check it out.
The 6 key organisers were arrested for possessing placards. That was the basis on which they were arrested. They were detained without charge for 16 hours, completely disproportionate. They've had their mobile phones confiscated. They still haven't got their mobile phones. There's no justification, no excuse for that kind of behaviour. They are being treated like they're terrorists.
I mean, Peter is right that if they were arrested for holding placards, that would be a terrible thing. It can't be the case that Peter's right about that. There must have been intelligence they had about what the plan was.
Oh, look, there's the Beck Cooper's husband caping it up for the busies and saying, oh, well, it obviously can't be right. You know, it just can't be right. Have you been keeping abreast of the new draconian fash bills that are going through their Ed Balls? No, you're just there caping it up. Oh, you might get made a knight one day. Probably will, won't he? And they'll do it on Ed Balls Day. Seriously, right? Anybody who takes that Ed Balls Day shit seriously on Twitter needs to be ran out of your friend circle just for beige tweeners. Fuck off, man. Beige fascism is not for the win, or any fascism at all. We're going to actually talk about some actual fash stuff in a bit. I would seamlessly roll into it, I promise. But we're going to get all these in one place. Here's your boy, Corbier. What's he got to say, the little prime racehorse here?
The right to protest is precious. Protest movements make history. From the 8-hour working day, to the vote for women, to the right to equal pay, the rights we take for granted had to be won through protest. We took them. They weren't handed to us by the rich and powerful. From opposing apartheid to the Iraq War, I'm proud to have protested against injustice and defended the right to protest itself. That right, which gives a voice to those often unheard, is once again under threat from a dangerous bill which effectively criminalises peaceful protest.
See what you wanted with the big lad there, right? He's still at it, isn't he? I just wish he'd start this new party, and I've said it so many times. I just can't like have full respect until it's just like done. Just get it done. But that is absolutely what you want elected officials to be saying. Totally. What you don't want them to be saying is this. So this is David Lammy, right? I saw Matt Kennard from Declassified UK post something recently where he quote tweeted him and said, how's it, so along the lines of, how does it feel to be paid to go to the Bilderberg meeting or something, which I thought was like ballsy, they're proper journalists. So anyway, Lammy, what's he saying, which is quite different to Corbyn?
Labour government to repeal this legislation, which is totally unnecessary. It's unnecessary. And the other legislation this liberticide government has passed, which is attempting to control and repress our right to protest and our right to oppose legally and legitimately
Phil, I mean, look,
actions by our government.
This repeal question, you know, you get this a lot in politics. We can't come into office picking through all the Conservative legislation and repealing it. It would take up so much parliamentary time. We need a positive agenda. The primary thing is cost of living, inflation, and getting growth back into this country. Keir Starmer's been right to prioritise it. And in the last item, we were talking about the local elections. It's clear that people will vote.
Get fucked. Absolutely go fuck yourself. Absolute shitbag and a half. Like, how are people voting for this, man? Have you actually seen what people are getting arrested for and being criminalised on? Absolutely disgusting. And you've got this dickhead, oh, we can't pick apart everything. You'll do what your paymasters tell you, mate. That's what you'll fucking do. You absolute. Nah, we're already on a tight line with the social media. Fuck this guy, though. Anyway, we'll take some comments. Bob Nob says, Susie, that's Ed Balls. Susie says, shouted Bob Nob at Ed Balls on the daily when I used to make his buddies. I need to know more about this. Like, how were you making buddies for Bob the Knob? That's mad. That, like, Lizanne saying, what do you expect from the authors of the Criminal Justice Bill? Isn't it, though? Darry Labourdin, nice to see you, pal. What's the difference between the Tories and Starmer's Labour? Nothing. Quite. Ian Panawala saying, nice to see you, all live and direct from all the way up in the mountains. Fish and chips just reminds me of meeting Debbie Dumplings on the side too. Oh man, is she like Sticky Vicky in Benidorm? I can't go there. JC, no, not that one. Good morning. Conspiracy to commit a public nuisance is a wild charge. Tell me about it, man. Before we move on to the next thing, if you want to support the work, go to patreon.com/cowdaily. That's patreon.com/cowdaily. Also, link in the description for PayPal if you'd like to make a one-off donation to our work. Also, thanks to the 2 people who signed up at the weekend. Much appreciated. And thanks just for bigging up the work that we've been doing as well. It means a lot. That's some heat in the radiators, food in the mouth. Thank you very much. Me and my dogs and partner appreciate that because it goes to the nice things and the basics. So, what do we have? Leon's in. Leon, the man of photography, says, that's not fair, they have different colours. True. Right? If you missed the start of the show, you should go back and just, we've exposed the first ever, because like on Blind Date, they would have, it's a blind date wedding. Whereas we operate in the gutter, so we've had our first Cow Daily one night stand. Get yourselves checking out who that is and who's been doing the poking. Nick Stoker, good morning, Nick. You've walked in at an interesting moment in time. But if you want to know more, go back to hear the pure filth at the start of the show. Right, some more stuff. Let's have our historical record, by God. What are you saying? So anyway, they were unloading their placards. They were peaceful and law-abiding. There was no disruptive protest and no reason to arrest. Thank you, Raj Chada, he's a human rights lawyer, for speaking up for the rule of law against overreach by the state. That's by @Natasha_Walter.
Republic last night, and he told me he'd had an open conversation with the police about where they were going to be and how they would protest. So what went wrong?
We have no idea. It seems an absolutely outrageous arrest. Initial reports suggest that all they were doing was unloading their placards to protest. And let me just correct something that one of your previous speakers said. There is no evidence that's been disclosed of any disruptive protests. What the Met seems to have adopted is a zero tolerance approach to speaking your mind, to saying, I'm not in favour of this coronation, I'm not in favour of the monarchy. That's just quite simply outrageous. Protest is a fundamental human right. It is not something that the state tolerates or gives to us at appropriate times. It is our human right, both from English common law and indeed European human rights. And the idea that the state should be warning people about exercising it is simply not appropriate in a modern democracy.
Big up
Republic
yourself,
last
Brad.
night, and he
Big up yourself. So from one Raj to a little Raji, we've got this lad who you might know as the Eggman, Patrick Thelwell. I think that's his name. It is Patrick Thelwell.
Yeah, this fascism! I'm arrested just for being here!
That's mad, that. So that's like, I think he was saying it's the second time he's been dragged through monarchists, and I think he's been battered before. I think it was that lad, and now there was a lad in Edinburgh got slapped about a bit, which, you know, a bit on brand for the Met Police, really, isn't it? And that's the thing. I mean, like, leading into this, the Met were just like, yeah, we're putting a tweet out which was veiled, yeah, we're just going to fuck you up. Like, don't mess with us and our friend the King. the King. Even the concept of saying that out loud, for all my life, but certainly in 2023, is head-poppingly mental. But anyway, I want to know about the important things that Susie's saying here. Bob Nobb was Northern constituency MP, wasn't he? His office was next to the buddy shop I had my first job in, claim to fame. What about that? Did you place any snots within his coronation chicken? Inquiring minds need to know. What else? Jojo's saying, Susie, I lived in Norton a long time ago. Is this to be the second one-night stand of Cow Daily as we operate even further in the gutter? Nick Stoker's back. The Met also arrested loads of City of Westminster night safety team. Basically, people hand out rape alarms and make sure people were getting home safe the night before too. That is, I mean, look, that's so wild, isn't it? It's just like, Dragnet, get them, anything that could cause a noise. I will not be embarrassed in front of the King, for I want a knighthood, because that's how it all operated. Cascades down from the top. Those with the pips on there want the knighthood. They want to retire when they're like 55 and just be like, yeah, has stopped lots of crime. Never ever seen the beat in your life. Bob's saying, I predict a riot. I'm saying, for the purposes of YouTube guidelines, you're referencing the Kaiser Chiefs. You're not actually wanting and calling for a riot because the AI lacks nuance. Apologies to our new AI overloads. Slaz is in. Ari. Big up Slaz again. Without Slaz, it wouldn't have went how it went on Saturday. He was really helpful, especially with all the technical stuff that had happened. If I was trying to like speak and sort out, it would have just. So nice one, mate. Love you properly. You're really, really helpful. What's he saying? Is my mic on? Have you got your mute on? Yes, it's on. Hang on a minute. Yeah, soundboard's on. Not muted. In the thing. Is he winding us up? It sounds weird, does it? So let's do us a favour, right? I'm just going to do a sound check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that better? Is there any reverb going on? Hang on a minute. Tell us if it sounds all right, everybody. Hey, I tell you what, he's never stops helping us out, does he? Hold on a minute, right? I'm talking. Yeah, it's on. It's coming out here. Anyway, cheers, dude. Thanks for all your help. Very much appreciated. A few things I want to just sail through while we're here. Big up Gibbo from Liverpool Community Independence. I had we've exchanged messages and that, and we follow each other, and I'm so buzzing for him. A landslide in Liverpool. But what he's saying is, David Lammy says that Labour will not repeal the anti-protest legislation if it gets into government. We can't come into office picking through all the Conservative legislation, repealing it. It would take too much time. Continuity Tory, says Gibbo. People like Gibbo are the people we should be watching and seeing what happened. Liverpool Community Independence show the way. Also, just after we went to air on Thursday, Councillor Sam Ghost and what was her name? Lucy Williams, I believe. Lucy Williams. They both got elected as well, making history in Liverpool. So what they're saying is Labour have been removed from Garston after 20 years. First independents elected in the city for over 50 years. Buzzing for you. I just want to mention that, Slaz the saying seems echoey compared to normal. Weird. Let me see if I can mix it a bit. That might fix it. Is that any better, sir? Anyway, carrying on. So anyway, just a little bit about what happened when the live stream got pulled. So this is what I wrote when it happened. Today's live stream has been removed by YouTube and we've had to delete it from this platform in Facebook due to unwarranted copyright strikes. It's a historical event. We're permitted to react and stream parts of it the manner we did. And as people point out, most of it was just on silent. We weren't actually playing much of it at any time. When I got time codes for it off Facebook, I went and checked, and there was some of them where there was nothing from their audio whatsoever. And as I said, I checked a while ago, there's historical events, so there's exemptions, so it could be streamed. I've seen Novara Media stream Boris Johnson things and like other live stuff. So it's, this with an exemption should be no problem. But there you go. So anyway, the more details for Cow Daily, here we are. At present, there's no record of today's show on any of the platforms. It's back up in some territories, but I'll show more in a minute. Nonetheless, with both the audio and video, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, here we are. I suppose it's how things are done now, utterly unhanded. And the reason I said that is, and I wish I had the screenshots for it actually, but I ended up just sacking it off. Basically on the Facebook one, right? I was like, right, I'm putting a fair use exemption ticket in because it's clearly fair use as a historical event, like a one-off King's Coronation, you know what I mean? It's virtually the epitome of fair use. So what I did was I got all the way through the end of it, and it was Express News had put a copyright claim in. Now that's like the Express newspaper, right? So apparently what it does on Facebook, if you challenge what they claim is their copyright, and I'm not sure how it could have been their copyright, it then gives them your name and address. So they would have got my name and address, Express newspapers, but I was like, fuck you, and just deleted that. I was like, do you know how knackered I was after that? I'm just pleased I was switched on and not halfway into the devil's letters, because I'd just been self-grassing myself. No, that's a no, not happening. Zoe's saying slightly off to normal sound, but still okay. I'll figure it out. It's just I took this apart the other day when I was talking to Slaz after the show because I needed to stand up and I was talking with it like that. Kind of wish I hadn't now, but what are you going to do? I'll sort it out. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, yeah, it is.
That's what it is. I've done this entire show. There you go. There you go. There. That's why. Oh, never mind. We've done it. Dear God, this is how tired I am. Absolutely done in. I'm having the rest of the day off after this. I just felt like we needed to pull all these things together. I'm having the rest of the day off after this, and having, I think, most of tomorrow off. I'm not doing a show tomorrow anyway, but I'll probably do some admin and all that stuff. That's how knackered I am. I haven't even turned my own mic off, man. What a toolbox. Which is a real shame, Zoe, because I didn't get to talk about you and Leon's one night stand in full audio glory. No way. Bob's saying much better sound. Cheers, brother. One of them, innit? Knackering times. Jojo's saying, strange enough, Susie, that doesn't surprise me. Mad times, man. That's mad stuff. So anyway, there was a couple of bits that I wanted to mention. Saw my pal, and he's likes a bit of Elon. Oh, Bob's saying, how's your back? Did a load of yoga after, went for a walk, swinging my arms around, doing all the things I know what to do. Still, I've locked my core off doing this. I'm only doing half an hour and then back off to the yoga mat. I mean, I'm just pleased that after spinal surgery, I was able to sit there for 3.5 hours in this Shan deck chair thing on a cushion, which is just the worst you shouldn't do. But it was better than messing me arse up. But cheers for asking, brother. It needed doing. So anyway, yeah, hi Cowdalia, copyright owner using, this was the first one, using content ID has claimed some material in your video. As a result, your video has been blocked and can no longer be played on YouTube. I just thought I'd put that up because people were saying it's because it's a longer one and it isn't there yet. And obviously that wasn't the case. So I thought I'd let you know that it's saying this is not a copyright strike, which is good because we don't want to strike on the channel because obviously we're trying to get monetized. That's cool. This claim does not affect your account status. But it says video title King Charles Coronation watch along, copyright content, post communion prayer and the blessing. Right, explain to me how that can be the Universal Music Group's property during the coronation when I believe we were we weren't even playing the audio. But I'll have to check for this particular one. So anyway, what this means is, right, that during the most viral time for this kind of content, right, it was not searchable, not available, and it obviously cost it visibility because virtually everybody in the world's looking for this. So I mean, we've had shenanigans in the past, and this is the thing, you can't fully and fundamentally prove that you've been stepped on at all because these things get popped in and then where it was like a few hours later it was back. Certain places in the world it wasn't. People around the world saying I can't see it, send the screenshots. So anyway, this was another one that came in later on, and then this happened. So a copyright owner using content IDs claims some material in your video. As a result, your video has been blocked and can no longer be played on YouTube. This is not copyright strike, blah, 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 blah. Copyrighted content, Thanksgiving for the Holy Oil, claimed by UMG. How? How is that? Like, I mean, JC, no, not that one. Universal Music Group owns the communion prayer now. Exactly. Like, I mean, isn't it Happy Birthday, which was written, and I think there's a 50-year sort of copyright protection on it, and after that, it becomes like a standard thing. Like, what the shit in the hell, man? So, Thanksgiving for the Holy Oil, that's their property now, is it? Okay, then. So anyway, that was going on into yesterday. It was down, it was up. Much like Leon and... No, I'm not going to... Your drawers, up and down like your bloody drawers, the two of you. Anyway. So yeah, here this morning we got another one. It's up now at the minute, but I don't know if it's still going to be up. But we have got it recorded and all that. So it says here, hi Cow Daily, copyright owner, blah, 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 blah. As a result, your video has been blocked in some countries. This means that your video is still up on YouTube, but people in some countries may not be able to watch it. Which countries? Belarus. Apparently the sermon Universal Music Group in Belarus. All right. So I'd just like to sincerely apologize to all of our listeners in Belarus and watchers. It must be a nightmare for all of you to not be able to see it. So apparently we're up in other places. If you could let me know if you're around the world. I know we've got people who watch and listening, like who are in China and other places. But anyway, I just wanted to leave you with this because we're going to move into more normal stuff going forwards. This is on Twitter, and it's Elon Musk replying to like people who are just basically the fash. Eva Vlarendegbrook, who I haven't got time to give you a deep dive on at the moment, but I will at some point because it fits in with all this work about the international global fash. But I'm going to give you a whistle-stop tour of it right now. Elon Musk replying to her. So she's saying there's nothing more narcissistic, degenerate, and evil to me than people who propagate abortion or not having children because of climate change or the current state of the world. If you think your life is hard or the world is too unfair to bring a child into it, think blah, blah, blah. She goes on. But Musk says it's true. What's actually happening in most countries is population collapse. Very important to make new humans, no new humans. What the fucking hell? This is one of a couple that he's like just nakedly talking to. So anyway, this is about Eva. In the late 2020, she was in a relationship with French author Julien Rochedet, who between 2012 and 2014 has been president of Generation Nation, the youth wing of the French right-wing populist party, the Front National. Obviously, French National Front, obviously linked in with all of the fash network that we talk about regularly on here. So during the conflict within the FVD in November 2022, 2020, which has seen Vlaardingerbroek publicly turn against party leader Thierry Baudet. Baudet revealed that Vlaardingerbroek, I'm going to call it Eva from now on, had a love affair in 2017, to which Eva responded that it had been nothing more than a brief fling. On the 29th of March 2022, Will Witt, former commentator for the American conservative advocacy group PragerU, announced that he and Eva had gotten engaged. The couple had been introduced by PragerU co-founder Dennis Prager about a year ago. Really? Here she is with Tucker Carlson. It's all part of that same ecosystem, which we spoke about. Russell Brand also being part of that ecosystem. And we spoke about recently as well, Brand co-signing Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who Bannon and Peter Thiel have been quoted as saying that he would be a good running mate for Donald Trump. So you see how this whole thing is going round. And I'm not actually, I was going to say, I'm sorry, like Brandon, that I'm not. He's just part of the same thing. So anyway, cracking on. A cognitive warfare campaign that's been waged in the US by domestic terrorists with the support of Russia and other foreign governments. 5 white fascist men are behind it all. There's the names on the screen. Oh dear, what's going on here? Right, 2 seconds. I hit the wrong button there, nearly killed the entire broadcast. Tiredness, I shouldn't be trusted with it. And what it does, it produces comments like this. This was on our Facebook page. Seriously, like a fly on a windscreen, you don't even know it. Embarrassing. I've just simply replied, thanks for stopping by, Riddler. The amount of Riddlers like we're getting at the minute on the page who are like, have their head in a vice around the back of GB News or whatever is being funded by the people who are just shown on the screen and the people behind there. It's crazy. But it's obviously we're talking about these type of crazy horses anyway, aren't we? So, you know, we're going to expect it. Anyway, in Unconnected News, we shouts to the Israel crew out there. Number 42 in the Israeli podcast charts. We've never charted there before. Oh, no, I have actually a couple of times. Back in the day when we first started, for reasons only known to people who listened to those first episodes. And recently too, when we spoke about something else. But anyway, big up the Israeli Massive. All the best. What else we got? Right, I think that's it for the day, pals. Knackered, going off to do some stretching, bit of yoga, sort this bloody back out. Yeah. Big up the One Night Stand Cow Daily crew. You popped your cherry. The show's popped it. Cherry. More shagging. I think you all shag each other, but safely. Unlike those two reprobates. Now, I love you. See you later. What a belter. If you want to support work, patreon.com/cowdaily. Link in the description for PayPal. Our t-shirt gang, I didn't know it was Bank Holiday Monday, so my man's going to sort it out for you tomorrow. So Glasgow and Joanna. Glasgow's already got in touch with the address. Joanne, send the address. I called you Joanna there, honestly. Right, I'm not fit for human consumption. Probably going to trouble some of the devil's lettuce now. Gang, bye. Oh no, I need to play this first, don't I? What a mess. See ya.